Hi guys, I'm back with another vlog, and today I'm going to be vlogging on former club kid Brooke Humphries. So, Brooke Humphries was interviewed for the Party Monster documentary, and she was also portrayed in the 2003 feature film Party Monster. Probably what's most commonly known about her is her association with Michael Alig during the time that he moved in with her at the Chelsea Hotel. She helped him open and launch the Honey Trap parties. During the Peter Gatien trial, Brooke Humphries was scheduled to be a witness for the prosecution. She had received an immunity deal for her dealing transgressions in exchange for testifying against Peter Gatien. However, just before she was set to testify, prosecutors discovered that she had lied to them about no longer dealing, which then null and voided her immunity deal, and Brooke Humphries ended up spending several years in prison. Brooke Humphries now lives in Dallas and is a major player in that community, owning and co-owning several businesses. In an article from the Dallas Observer from 2012, written by Audra Schroeder, here's some of what they had to say. In this week's Dallas Observer, we profile 30 of metro area's most interesting characters, with new portraits of each from local photographer Mark Graham to the entire Dallas Observer People List issue here. Brooke Humphries is standing outside the entrance of It'll Do Club on Elm Street a few weeks before the club's reopening. She is fielding questions from Red Bull reps and contractors and employees as if she's running for office. "You have 2 minutes of my time," she says to one. "You have 1 minute," to another. She's blunt, but she has to be. The efficiency helps her juggle Barcadia and Beauty Bar, her two Henderson clubs with business partner Brianna Larson. A new McKinley restaurant called Acme F&B, the reopening of It'll Do, a former Tiano bar, and the opening of a new Greenville coffee shop, Mudsmith, in August. The 42-year-old is also working on a 6-lane bowling alley on the corner of Ross and Greenville Avenues, and she's always bringing DJs to town, most recently via the Meltdown Festival with partner Jeremy Word. When that's your schedule, the walk with me, talk with me becomes the default. I've been talking about a good old-fashioned nightclub for like 3 years, and finally this place came along, she says. With It'll Do recast as a house music venue, she's planting her flag in a neighborhood that's ripe for expansion, especially for people with the right vision. And Humphries has a lot of visions. She wants Mudsmith to have communal seating so people talk to each other. It'll Do will not indulge the pretension of bottle service. That's so 5 years ago, she says. It's a fading bullshit trend. I don't care if you drive up in a Ferrari. I don't care who you are. You want a drink? You walk up to the bar. Humphries grew up in 1990s Dallas club scene, but spent 5 years in New York where she befriended Michael Alig, the notorious party promoter, now in prison for murder. And she was memorialized in the 2003 feature film version of the Alig documentary Party Monster. Her vision is part vibe, part aesthetic, but she's hinging her new ventures on a bigger idea. It used to be people in Dallas wouldn't leave a 5-block radius. Now if you give Dallas the product, they will drive to the product. And there's an increasingly strong chance the product belongs to her. In 2014, Brooke Humphries was featured in DallasMagazine.com. Some of what the interview says: Brooke Humphries, Party Monster. She has spent a little time behind bars, now she's launching some of the hippest places in Dallas. This is where we ask a question, but Humphries, sitting in coffee shop bar Mudsmith, one of her many ventures, started the conversation, so let's go with it. "I have one of those addictive personalities. I don't know if you know anything about my history. Party Monster, the 2003 film about the rise and fall of New York club kid promoter Michael Alig, featuring a character based on Humphries and all that. Being a drug dealer for as long as I was, I'm addicted to the hustle. I obviously don't do anything illegal now. My hustle, which can be a good and bad, is risk-taking. But I think I'm different from anybody in Dallas because I do things nobody ever would do. Nobody would ever do a beauty bar or It'll Do or Mudsmith. I've learned in my older life that if you're afraid to fail, you're toast. Get out. You can't be afraid in this business." The interviewer asks, "What did you learn in prison?" Humphries responds, tolerance, patience, to look myself in the mirror and love myself. People always go, "Don't you hate that that happened?" And I say, "What, are you crazy?" No, I don't hate that it happened. I was in New York when nightclubs were law. We could do anything we wanted. Did some unfortunate things happen? Yes. But we got to build a nightclub that had a slide that went 5 stories down to the dance floor. Who's going to do that now? Having to take a little vacation, if you will, forced me to look at myself and take responsibility for myself, and now I parlay all that hustle into creating things. I'm a bit of a selfish operator. I create things for myself. The interviewer goes on to ask, is part of that about recapturing the spirit New York had when you went away? Humphries responded, I guess. It's hard in this city. Dallas so desperately wants to be LA, but on the other hand, we have such an incredible core house music base. It's not that our crowds are 8,000 people like in New York, they're 800, but they're 800 of the most enthusiastic, jumping from the walls music lovers. The interviewer asks, the nightlife scene is so male-heavy in terms of ownership. What does it mean to have planted your flag? Humphries responds, everybody knows me, because I'm the one who's controlled the artists, with event promotions company Full Access for 20 years now. I just play the artists in my own building. It'll Do is the only place you're going to come where you'll have gay, straight, black, white, Asian, every skin color, some kids dressed in chicken heads, every one of them, come on in. We don't have a guest list, everybody pays, you're all equal. So the interview goes on a little bit further, where they ask questions a little bit more in regards to the Dallas community. I won't go on to read the whole thing, but I will provide links to all of these below. And then the third thing that I wanted to share with you on this is an interview that Brooke Humphries did on DJ Titan Vision on YouTube. It's called A Look at It'll Do Dancing Club with club owner Brooke Humphries, DJ TV. So in this, they tour the entrance of It'll Do. It is for the 1-year anniversary of It'll Do. And in it, the interviewer does another interview with Brooke Humphries, where she talks about how she acquired It'll Do, the history of it, and how she is basically running the business. It's definitely an interesting interview if you are interested in clubs and also Brooke Humphries. And I will also leave the link to this below as well. So that's pretty much all I have for you today. I want to thank you guys for watching. I hope you liked this video. Thanks again for all of the likes and comments that you've given me, and you can feel free to check out some of my other videos or playlists. And if you haven't yet subscribed, you can do so by clicking the kitty, and I will see you guys again for my next upload.